There's a place on Earth where there are lightning storms on average of 294 nights every single year. The lightning can be so intense during the night, striking around 20 times per minute, that you can constantly see in the darkness. This place isn't some kind of made-up fantasy land or a form of fiction. The lightning capital of the world is in Venezuela, more specifically a lake in the Catatumbo region. But why is this the lightning capital of the world, and what kind of effects does it have on the ecosystem and the people who inhabit this area? Because yes, there are actually people who do live in the lightning capital of the world. The village of Congo in Venezuela is known as the never-ending storm of Catatumbo, but the most impressive name was coined by NASA, the lightning capital of the world. You see, all thunderstorms follow a specific formula: rapidly rising warm air colliding with moist air. Unstable air and moisture is the key, and Catatumbo lightning gets a boost from a unique topography in and around that area. Home to the Andes mountain range, there are ridges that cup 3 sides of the lake, leaving a narrow window open to the north of the Gulf of Venezuela. The inflowing Caribbean Sea provides an endless supply of warm water, while the hot tropical sun pulls additional moisture from the lake. At sunset, strong winds whip the mountains, jolting warm air up to form storm clouds that rage inside. When water droplets of humid air collide with the ice crystals from the cold air, it produces a static charge that does build up and up and up. The release discharges a zigzag of electrical energy strong enough to light 100 million bulbs. To put things into perspective, a full 10 minutes of Catatumbo lightning could illuminate all of South America. One eerie fact about the storms in this region are that the lightning bolts ever rarely come with thunder. It's a silent sort of continuous lightning that bursts over the lake and the region. Speaking of which, there are people who fish in the lake and who reside in shacks and other kind of settlements in the region. Suspended over the mouth of the Catatumbo River, which locals call the River of Fire, the lightning acts like a strobe light that brightens the night far into the day. Sailors and fishermen alike have embraced nature's lightning show for centuries, using the light source as a kind of beacon or a landmark, letting them know exactly where they are in relation to the shore. When Italian navigator Amerigo Vespucci sailed into the lake in 1499, he encountered a city of huts built on stilts. He called the floating city Venezuela, or Little Venice, or so the story goes anyway. Today, the lake supports 20,000 fishermen, and many live in one-room tin shacks. Now, living in the lightning capital of the world in a settlement made from metal seems kind of crazy to me. But hey, who am I to judge? Now, it should be noted, however, that in the region, people are 3 times more likely to be hit by lightning than people in the United States, located north. But is the lightning having an impact on the ecosystem and the world as a whole? The lightning does in fact produce a great quantity of ozone, and its instability makes it unlikely it has any effect on the ozone sphere, but nothing has been verified as of yet. These thunderstorms have been raging on for centuries, so if there were any kind of negative side effects to the region or the world, we would surely have realized by now. However, I've done some research and it does seem there might be a kind of hidden problem with this whole lightning fiasco. Lightning can produce X-ray and gamma-ray radiation. Lightning pulses last for only a fraction of a second, and so it's hard to pack a harmful dose of radiation into a fraction of a second of exposure. As one example, an industrial X-ray machine generates a radiation dose of about 10,000 gray in a single hour. This would give a person a fatal dose of radiation in about 3 seconds. The longest lived lightning is about 0.3 seconds. In that fraction of a second, assuming the lightning bolt produces as much radiation as an industrial X-ray machine, a person who is close to the bolt will receive about 1/10 of a fatal dose. Any more than a few steps away and the dose would actually be lower still. That is when we're talking about a typical place on Earth where lightning is pretty rare. But we're not talking about a typical place, we're talking about the lightning capital of the world. Still, you would probably need to actively be closer to the bolts constantly for anything to be an issue. However, this specific case situation isn't well studied, so I guess the jury is still out on this one. Now, does that make you want to check out this awesome and unique natural wonder for yourself? Well, you can visit the nearby villages of Olga and Congo, and you will surely get to see it in person. The lightning is at its most spectacular at the height of the wet season around October, so maybe keep this month completely free if you're intent on enjoying a shocking getaway. Now if you want to learn more interesting and pretty weird facts about this planet, do subscribe for more weekly content. And until next time, peace.